Greg with the fastest to ever convert the Grand Slam. 63 days, major champions in their ranks, 32K. From North America, lifting it for them. Fallen double major champion. This is a stacked roster. Welcome them to Copenhagen, and you guys messed up. Fair play, get your ass over here. Nice try, NT in the chat. Ninjas in pajamas, Sweden's landmark Counter-Strike organization. And they went shopping for talent in Denmark. The new home of both Device and S-Attack.
They did it, they did it.
Watch and learn. One more time. Amazing, amazing. Now, Devin, you had a tough opening game. We still get to see you on the stage. You must be feeling a little extra confident knowing that every single one of these players has cheered for you in an arena before.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm just happy to be here, and yeah, I don't know, I have goosebumps right now. I'm so excited.
It is hard, Gabriel, sometimes to explain the difference, right, between LAN, online, landlines. But you look out there, you feel the difference, right?
It's amazing to be back here again. It's a big opportunity to us to be doing the thing we love the most in front of a crowd. Yeah. It's always very different than playing online. I'm very glad you guys are here. Hope you put a great show.
Now, I know things have been tough. Times are tough, but do you think you guys can give us the show? You are still the talented, world-class Counter-Strike players we know you are. Will we get a show out of you guys today?
You guys are going to get a great show. The team's hyped up to deliver the best CS we can until the end of the year. You know, Team Liquid can be very strong, and we're going to show you today.
I love it, I love it, I love it. But of course, on the other side of the court, no easy feat. NIP, how has it been? You haven't had long with S-Attack. Integrating him into the roster, you think you guys can hit the ground running?
I mean, we have 2 things now, so I think everyone should go extra crazy. We have Hampus, his birthday today, so just good mood in here and just play some CS.
Okay, so a win for his birthday coming up?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, lovely. Royal Arenas, get them in their seats.
Well, 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 the second match of the day is coming your way. We're live in the arena and the teams have been introduced. This is going to be a crazy game. We've got NIP versus Team Liquid. Semla, how are you feeling?
Fantastic, man. We've already had one terrific best of 3, and there are even more fans here in the arena right now getting into this one. Elimination match, though, Andrew, so it is going to be pumped in here. NIP need to show up.
Yeah, I mean, the last match was incredibly intense. I think this one, I mean, there might even be more on the line. We got in Device in front of a home crowd. Hampus' birthday. It's wild what's going to happen here today. And we're going to start, obviously, on Inferno. I just can't wait to get this game underway. And just like normal, they have a little bit of time to sit down and get all ready and get the actual huddles going. But the pressure must be just unrelenting even before we get started here.
Tremendous. Oh, look at that. Oh, getting another smooch. All right, Nap is ready for it too. Let's go, buddy. How can you not fail to hit headshots after that?
Exactly, yeah. Whatever it takes just to get that right feeling. Feel at home on that stage. I think actually in some ways Nap is uniquely qualified for this kind of thing because he just has that incredibly chill vibe around him. I don't think he's going to be stressed in particular, but Liquid as a whole, yeah, a lot of question marks. It's all out in the open, I suppose. NIP though, they stumbled a little bit as well against Astralis. Probably a game that they could have won.
Indeed, they could have, exactly. I mean, I think the pressure was with them, and we got a pre-match interview from Threat, thanks to Banks, you know, as far as what their expectations were. He thinks the emotions kind of got to them. They were maybe a little bit of a lack of experience as well, and also considering two of the players on their team right now had played against Astralis prior, had been on Astralis prior. So just loads of history, loads of a mix, incredible pressure, just led to NIP losing in that sort of scenario. But it was close. It's not like they didn't fight for it, right? Astralis had to get that win, had to earn it. But, you know, there you go, Stu.
Okay.
You got some Liquid fans here in the house for you, bud. It's all good. Gonna be sick to see them popping off.
That is awesome, yeah. Something that Stu mentioned.
He is a real fan.
He's got it all. That is fantastic. Oh, man. Chad, I actually think he made a decent case for why maybe people should not be underestimating Liquid, because you do get sort of wrapped up in the whole drama situation, but then if you've pulled all that back and you say, well, wait a minute, the caliber of the people that are on this team is really crazy, right? It's not to be underestimated. So the rest of us obviously all picked 10 IP, but I wouldn't say it's a sure thing. And again, on a stage like this, absolutely anything can happen. So
yes.
NIP, I'm sure they're thinking about that too. I'm sure they're not taking anything for granted here, but let's just see how this goes once you get into it. Getting the last thumbs up, and the huddles are all done. So now it really is the calm before the storm here.
And you know, good vibes here in the server as well. Obviously, obviously there's a bit of trash talk going on between the players, but they're still wishing Hampus a happy birthday as well. You know, so you know, it's a little bit of a give and take right now. Not like they're going to take it easy on him, but they still, you know, they were nice and said happy birthday.
We've had a couple of birthdays in the past, so we'll see if it's going to be celebration for Hampus or the reverse. The countdown has begun. They are setting up inside of it and getting ready. NIP versus Team Liquid. Copenhagen, make some noise! That is the atmosphere, that is the feeling you want headed into a game of Counter-Strike. Liquid on the CT side, NIP on the T side. And they have that P250 picked up already. And we'll see. All USPs on the other side. A couple of nades, a kit there on Grim. Important to look at where that is if it ever goes down. You need it in a pistol round more than anything else. And Stewie in position, looking for the early frag here, but he's going to be pushed back. Didn't get the instant headshot, but I guess he also didn't go down.
No, they just traded, but look at the stylistic difference already between the match that we had prior, where teams were just swinging for the fences immediately in the pistol rounds, and this slow, measured approach from both teams. Neither one wanting to take a risk, both trying to play for the info here. And NAF still not having rotated off means that this could still break the way of Team Liquid in this pistol round. Defense is going to be tough to deal with here.
Yeah, and they're putting in a lot of people in front of device. They want him to use that P250 to get some clean headshots. Stewie, almost surgical with that weapon. Fallen is going to follow it up, and wow, they're picking them apart right here. What a beautiful start for Liquid. 3 kills for Stewie. That was so clean, and just no pressure at all. Just shooting him in the face as they come through.
Just taking your time. When it's telegraphed like that, especially because Liquid catch the flank early, they know that there's only one guy over there. They were ready to rotate over towards B, so when you get that time to prepare mentally for the push, if you give a player like Stewie room to maneuver like that, he is going to wreck you. He has still got the aim. 1-0 lead now for Team Liquid on the CT side. So they win that pistol, and NIP not wasting any time at all, going straight into the force buy, straight up the top banana, no hesitation this time, and Stu snuffs device.
Good find. Naf right on top of the wood logs there to take down Rez. It's a good second round. Again, not seeing as many upsets as we used to in these second rounds. Doesn't mean they're not dangerous. They've handled themselves real well, though. When Elise just picked up 2 kills, leaving as a tag on his own. 1 versus 5. And again, any kind of pressure that you can put on here would be hugely important. The fact that Liquid come out of this round with 5 people alive is actually, it's not that good for NIP.
No, it's definitely not. Because now you went for the force buy, so it's going to be another round of eco coming up here for Liquid. And we're just going to get a quick little check here on the audio. Shouldn't take long. Should be able to get back into the thick of things here. Yeah, no, worst case scenario here for NIP, at least as far as the start is concerned. They're not really getting kills. They're kind of just getting battered. So they don't even get the confidence boost of knowing like, oh, these were close rounds. You know, we were kind of in it. They've just gotten smashed 2 rounds in a row. So it's just starting from about as low as possible now, NIP.
Yeah,
in terms of mindset.
Gonna find their way back. The issues have been sorted out right away. Good job on the admin team. Hard position to be in right there. But third round is not going to be that exciting, presumably, for NIP. They bought a Deagle on Device. I mean, hard to argue with that. Device is another one of those players that has won the Deagle lottery. I swear they're all handed out at the beginning of Counter-Strike. You just get a good Deagle or a bad one.
Steadicam guys are starting to pick up on the fist bump flow as well. You notice that? Following along the chain. We'll see if we can get a whole team a few more chances here over the next couple days in the Royal Arena. Nip, yeah, this is just the hard eco essentially. A couple of Deagles, well, a Deagle, a couple of P250s. But not a whole lot of money spent, and so Liquid should be farming this round. Fallen's gone ahead and picked up the AWP as well, so he's not going to want to be giving that away for free.
All right. Random bullets through the smoke. A little bit of pressure at the bottom of Banana. It's actually something that's really worth talking about. Liquid are one of the few teams left that consistently have this setup at the bottom of Banana, and what's so terrifying is that if you leave them alone there and you try and execute on the A side, both Stewie, sometimes Naf, but especially Stewie, will pop through the smoke at bottom Banana. He'll push and actually shoot you in the back and middle. He is so aggressive with those pushes that you have to respect it. You have to try and clear it out because you really don't want that to happen when you're trying to execute on the A side. Used to be a thing 4 or 5 years ago. A lot of teams would play this aggressively at the bottom. Wow, okay. They know where Naf is. Can they actually hunt him down, or they line up for him though? That's a good return from the MP9. Device still back here, but dangerous game being played. Naf's gonna pull out the tech line, and they will secure the round. So only Stewie goes down.
Brilliant work, and Stu, he's got plenty of money after the strong start that he's had to this map, so no worries there. You lose Stu, it's not the end of the world. You're going to be able to fully equip up on the other side of this round. So now I'm almost tempted to see like what is going to be the game plan here for NIP, because this is going to be the frustrating thing going into this match. And NIP are a systematic team as well, where they like to get that prep in. They like to know what it is their opponents want to go for. There isn't a whole lot you can go for with Liquid here in terms of preparation, because I feel like Liquid are going to be playing very loose, feely kind of Counter-Strike. Going to be going off the vibes, not so much the game plan. And so NIP, they have to have confidence in their own ability here, and this is one way to get it. Flopsky setting his teammates up for a 1-for-1, and oh, Grim holds his own. Double in the apartments.
That is so unlikely for him to win. It's one thing for him to get the first frag in there, but the second one is almost impossible. You could see he had less than a second where he was pulling out the Molotov and wondered if he used that, and then he uses the gun instead of the pre-fire and actually wins the battle. So it's a 3-on-3. Both Rez and Grim are a little bit tagged up here. It looks like they are trying to make their way towards the pit. Grim is down there and low on health. They could maybe find a Molotov on him towards that bicycle there. That would be a huge help. Now Naf is pushing through, and this is what we just talked about in the previous round. This is something that Liquid do a lot. Stewie is gone, so he can't push to Naf will pick up what he normally would do. Gonna be walking all the way up behind. He's not gonna find anyone. Oh no, he starts walking. This is weird now. Naf is thinking, wait a minute, where are they? Grim is gonna get caught by surprise. They're on the bomb site anyway, and Elige! He actually got the double. I think Liquid were about to make a horrible mistake, and Naf is still going to go down. It's Device instead with a triple, hands in the air, as he wins the round for NIP. First one on the board.
There you go. Device also recognizing it as well, playing into the fans. He's going to have a lot of fans here in this arena tonight.
I wonder if they thought in that moment that they had snuck through Archway and were actually going to B. Because Naf running back and making all that noise, I mean, this is what a crazy round.
Just one of those rounds. It's just one of those rounds. So Naf will be kicking himself. Liquid will be kicking himself. But at the same time, you kind of just need to shake it off. It didn't break your way that time around. Now, however, there's still a chance. Hampus taking insane damage. And he burns. Man advantage for Liquid already. Hampus having a rough start to this map.
Well and truly, 5th round here. Mac 10 on S attack. Could be fun if you're going to be blowing out of the A-apps. You could do a lot of damage jumping into the pit with that.
You just gotta love to see on Liquid, man. They have fully embraced the new meta. A1S across the board. Naf He just picks up an AK just to mess with me as I say that. But, you know, there was like a symmetry there, Anders, you know? For a second there. Looked pretty good.
Someone always has to be that odd man out.
Fair enough. You earned it. You got that AK. Now it's a matter of holding on this A site. Good read so far from Liquid, though.
NIP actually have a lot of grenades to do something with here. If they can establish some control and win the fight against Fallen here, and they can. Rez will go with the kill. Device will follow it up on Stewie. Really good trade, and now they're running towards NAF position. Is he going to hit the He's back in construction? He knows they're coming, and this is especially where that AK could really come into play. He's going to be fighting on his own, at least a 1 versus 2 to begin with, but Device, he's going to be there catching the rotation. Excellent play for the headshot. 28 seconds, and NAF up in the coffins, looking to put Esatag and Plopsky in the grave, and he's going to spray down one of them, but Device, he's winning all these fights, but they still need to find NAF. 15 seconds now. Oh, and he gets a shot right through the rim of the door there. It's going to be Device hitting the ground. And Plopsky, he's got every chance right. Every chance in the open. NAF! Unbelievable defense. A triple kill. He handled that round on his own.
Dude, he is just emptying his mags into the body as well. A little bit of a statement being made there by NAF. People sleep on him, but that's the thing. When it comes to, well, their recent campaign, let's say in Europe, obviously they're having some good times over in NA, farming on some teams over there, but in terms of top performers, it was right neck and neck between Elige and NAF. NAF is a heavy hitter in his own right. If you give him the chance like that, he can still clock you out. So 4-1 in favor of Liquid on the CT side. They survive a very close round. And Nip, okay then.
That's going to be a very frustrating round for Device because he's doing his job so well, catching the rotation, taking all of them down, essentially isolating NAF, but then it turned out he didn't care about that. It's like, that's fine. I'll take it all on my own if I have to.
NAF just one step ahead the entire time. And so they go for this double AK. It used to be the Soviet AK, but now we're starting to see 2 AKs picked up as well. This is something that's popped up in the meta. So we'll see if Device and Hampus can get something going here. Not quite wanting to go for the half buy or the full eco. Wanting to be a little bit of a threat in this round. And I mean, it could work because Liquid had to kind of cut some corners themselves to get a buy. Their economy isn't that great.
Once you win a 1 versus 1 like that, yeah, on the CT side, it's going to cost you. And I bet that went into NIP's calculation. If Liquid had 5 players alive in the last round, maybe they don't feel quite as confident putting on the pressure in this one. But you know if you can get a couple, 2 or 3 kills in this one, you can keep it rolling, you can keep it going. So that's the plan. They have at least mid, second mid, a little bit up in apartments there with Hampus. And Liquid are not checking, they're really playing very defensively at the B bomb side. So they have limited information about what's happening outside of B. Lige, though, he's the first point of contact. Or actually, Fallen will be. That's in Graveyard. What an angle to find, and he's going to open it up, a big double to enter the bomb side with, and immediately Liquid are saving.
Yep. Just like that. That's what these AKs are all about. You can be a real threat in the round, and man, talk about getting away with highway robbery. An AK or rather Device picks up his AWP.
Yeah, that's great. This is the entry. So well done.
Just Grim a split second before the flash goes off. It's when you get those fractions of seconds, it's the communication, right? Maybe not on point exactly in terms of like when that flash was going to go in there or not. Grim pulling the trigger, split second too early. Ends up costing him.
Yeah, and he had to do something, right? Like he had to find a way to react to it, and just not this time. It's another round for NIP.
He's toasted.
Yeah. It's wonderful, isn't it?
You feel the flames all the way up here. I don't know about sitting in the front row. You guys are brave.
Probably brought some sunscreen.
Yeah, basically. They're going to get out of here with the tan.
7th round is coming up, and yeah, you're right. They stole that AWP now on Device. And because of the tentative economic situation for Liquid even going into the previous round, they are going to be under a lot of pressure now. Using the rest of the bank, they got to save some of the rifles, and that was good. But I don't know. 4-1 lead is not as much as it seems when you don't have the economy with you. By the way, it's Device. You know, obviously he is a big game player without a doubt. 7 kills right now, only outdone by NAF on 8 on the other side. And S-Tag is at 0, Fallen's at 1.
Yep.
So we got a pretty wide spectrum of in terms of kills right now.
I'm still waiting to see who is actually going to take the full control of this first half. And so I'm getting flashbacks to our first best of 3 of the day, where it was really back and forth at the beginning. Neither team could really settle those nerves, right? Because we're still on the stage, you know, we're in front of the fans for the first time in a long time for some of these players. So it's getting that dialed in on top of the pressure of the match. And so we saw a lot of shakiness earlier, and I think we're seeing the same thing here, where both teams are still trying to figure it out. It's very early days in a full best of 3.
Oh, man. He is close to hitting that flick. You feel so safe when you make some of those jumps because you feel, I'm just going to pop my head over, but at this level, you don't have to be airborne for long before you're dead. So, good on them. Naf is going to be left alone out here, which I guess it's fine. I'm just concerned about the fact that he only has the one smoke. I wish he had the smoke and a flashbang and a Molotov. That would make it. Maybe there's a pile on the ground that we haven't seen somewhere, but if it's just the one smoke, it's hard to hold on to that for a full minute.
So now, once we are at that minute mark, it's a question of whether or not they want to start pushing around here, Liquid, and taking some risks. Because for now, and yeah, they are thinking about it. Fallen and Grim on the mission to start getting some information. Stewie getting baited back over towards A, and now this sets it up, a perfect window of opportunity for NIP to get into this B bomb site. Stewie's rotating back as quickly as he possibly can, see if he makes it back here in time, because Fallen and Grim have figured this out. There's nobody on A.
Yeah, they need to move right now. They need to execute at this very second, or they're going to be too late. 30 seconds left. Naf just has to stay alive. The backup is coming. Nice hit to take down Device, and he does some good damage to Plopsky on top. But they don't know. They're about to get shot in the back. Grim is walking up behind them. Good little boost. S-Tag getting his first kill. But take down Hampus. And 4 versus 3. 15 seconds on the clock. They're going to try and get the bomb down, but it's interrupted. Elige comes popping through. And now there's only 10 seconds. I don't think they can get this bomb down. They're trapped in. Nice shot from Rez, but he's on his own. And even with the kill, he will lose the round. Grim is already on the run. It's a good read from him. And it's a good round for Liquid.
It is great communication there. Great communication from Liquid to make up for it in the end, because Grim just turns tail and runs. That last kill happens with 5 seconds on the clock. No bomb in control. If you just run away, you win the round. Sometimes that's just the play. Oh, what a save from S-Attack. Elige was looking for a double there, no doubt about it.
Oh,
all right then.
Crazy shot, in fact. He does it one more time.
Out. Gets both of them. All right.
That's very cool. But again, it's a round that Liquid win, they keep almost nothing alive, right? Just Grim, I think he even had the MP9 at the end, so they're not going to have a lot of money to work with. Enough for Stewie, though, to get the M4A1, and he's going to get the spray down on 2 players. One of them for the smoke. What an upsetting way to begin the 8th round.
Oh, and then Naf just gets to post up in case they try to push through again, trying to trade that kill. Device has got an AWP, so Naf needs to be careful if he overpeaks this. But that smoke going up on Banana means that Naf can close the distance and just recovers that AK. This is now turning into a brutal situation for NIP.
Yeah, they're making the most out of very little here, Liquid. You're right, stealing that AK is absolutely huge. What? Because Stewie's low on health, they've just thrown him back to Arch.
What's so dire here is that NIP have not yet managed to put a halt to Liquid's momentum. This is something the analysts were talking about coming into this. Fallen winning the duel straight up against Plopsky. That NIP would need to just halt the first real push from Liquid, and then Liquid aren't going to have much in the tank to fall back on if life gets rough on these maps. But if Liquid keep winning rounds and keep pushing ahead, they have got the skill to carry them across that finishing line, you know, kicking and screaming.
No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. S-Tag had a moment there where maybe he could have caught the player by library, but he couldn't really find the right spray. And now they're out of time. They're going to have to save the AKs, which means Liquid are about to be up 6-2. And, you know, we made a lot of noise about the overall sort of state of the economy for Liquid. Winning a round like this without losing anyone is huge for them. Starting to put in a bit of a foundation in their first half. The fact that Naf, Stewie, and Elige are all playing well is horrifying for NIP.
Yeah, these are the guys that you need for, like, you don't even need to look to Grim. You don't even need to look to Fallen. Again, another point the analyst made, right? If you're looking to Grim, are you going to be trying to pop off if you're Grim, or are you just going to try and do your job exceedingly well? And if Grim just continues to provide that support to Liquid and show that he's that team player, that team first, even in the dark days, he will still put the team first. That really bodes well for him, right? People are going to be on the watch for that, because not everybody needs to be the hard fragging star. You need somebody to set that player up sometimes. So I feel like Liquid have still got all the necessary tools. It's just a matter of Nip shutting them down.
It's a hard role to play, especially in a team that's, you know, kind of falling apart. It's probably way more tricky at that point. But I agree. I mean, I agree with what Chad was saying. That's what you want. That's what you're looking for. If you're a coach out there right now checking out Grim, you're thinking, can he actually do this now? And so far, so good. Yeah. 6-2 at the moment. 9th round is coming up. NIP, they have that weapon on device, the big AWP. And he's going to look to take a fight down the middle. Not going to get any challenges, unfortunately, for him. It's another round where Liquid are not fighting for Banana either. Setting up on the quad side, though, so NIP will have to use some nades to push them back from this position, you have to assume.
Need something to work with here. I mean, Liquid are playing this extremely passively now. Although Fallen was thinking about it. May have heard something. Yep, these flashes going off, smoke's going as well, and this is going to be turned into a push. Fallen's got the position, though. He's going to be able to get the info, and he wins the duel versus Hampus.
Yeah, huge play. MP9 not going to get anything done there, and the flash is really good against Elish. He's in trouble, and he's going to get traded too. Fallen actually wrapped the other way around, and I wonder if they'll expect it. Yeah, Plopsky, he's well aware, but he's still going to lose to Fallen. Second kill of the round for him. Trying to pre-fire that, create some noise, and through the smoke, Nap almost has it. Stewie goes down, Device has found both the kills, and Nap is now on his own. Device will clear out the round. He is doing so much heavy lifting in this team. A triple for him and 10 overall.
Yeah, 10 kills, and again, this is the Device that you need to show up. It feels like sometimes he hasn't really been there for the team, not quite delivering the numbers, but that's a couple rounds now where Device comes in through the clutch. Third kill there, and just holds the line for the Ninjas. And Horror Show. Awesome.
It's a great replay. Yeah, that is... It's not necessarily how they would love to win the rounds, but I mean, at this point, they've broken the Liquid economy, so I think they'll take it no matter what here. Hampus going to find a bit of a gift for himself. Mac 10 to take down Stewie, and he wants to keep on a little bit of pressure. He's going to find Hampus, oh, sorry, not find, but find Naf in construction, so it should be a relatively easy round now.
Pedestrian, some would say. Mullen going to get caught by Hampus. Mac 10 farming up some money. Rez is on quick on there as well, and this is exactly the kind of round that Nip needed. Just feel good, get some kills, relieve some of that pressure, and also, you know, get some stats. You know, pad the stats a little bit. Nobody's gonna know that they're all against pistols. At the end of the day, they're just gonna look at the scoreboard.
Sure. Oh wow, he's brought the actual logo. That's amazing dedication.
3D printed logo.
So 6-4. Mic issue being figured out as we speak.
Okay.
It's so interesting. I feel like for Device to be leading this charge, because I feel like if he can create the space in the game where he's responsible for winning 1 or 2 rounds, it gets everyone else fired up. It gets everyone else feeling like, you know, really good to see the star player of the team putting up triple kills.
Yeah.
Suddenly there's space for Rez and everyone else to kind of fall up behind him and support him. I feel like that's such an important role, especially early on in a best of 3 like this. I think it's an entirely different problem if Device comes into this a bit cold and he has to warm himself up, and then, you know, it's just not the same formula. I love having Device as sort of the tip of the spear here for the NIP team.
Well, especially because we've seen Device kind of be a bit quiet in some of these key maps for Nip recently. So, you know, he himself, you know, struggling to come up with the confidence necessary to get those plays under his belt and to win for NIP, which is obviously the reason why NIP brought him onto the team. I mean, he is one of the greatest gamers, one of the greatest players to touch the game. So now for him to show up here in front of his home crowd, that would be amazing for Nip, and I'm sure that it feels great for Device. They still trail by 2 rounds here in the first half, 6-4. NIP trying to find an answer. This time at least Hampus survives the initial hail of bullets. Bait and switch though, Stewie misses the shot.
There are almost no nades on the side of Liquid right now, so I understand why they're playing this aggressively up in apps, and even up here, Stewie's going to find a kill on Hampus. Huge, because if they don't go for this kind of aggression, if they try and play it slow and carefully, they're never going to have the nades to hold on to it. So Liquid actually playing really well to the economy that they have right now.
You
And
really-
NIP, whether they know it or not, they're trapped on banana.
You really have to give it to Stu as well. He has given so many rounds the man advantage to Liquid. He's just been utterly dominating in banana. So doing so much work. Nice little smoke. This is going to create an off angle. Stewie's got a chance. They line up. He's not going to get the collateral though. And he's lost his teammate.
That is actually a really impressive trade into the bomb site for NIP. I thought they were going to get knocked out trying to do that. Flick for the device, but it doesn't connect. Elige will take him down. Swift with the M4. Now S-Tag and Plopsky. 2 versus 3. Plopsky is practically dead already, and S-Tag has had a bit of a slow start, but he's going to get the headshot on Elige there. Good time to come alive right now if you can, even risking a couple of shots to the smoke. That bomb is ticking, and there is no kit picked up on anyone on Liquid, so if they want to go for this, it's going to have to be quick. Plopsky, though, still alive, and now Grim 1 versus 2. He's going to find one of them, but he can't defuse for 10 seconds out here, and S-Tag, he's a very experienced player. He is not going to fall for it. We'll try to catch him, and he will. Triple, and NIP, good showing here. They almost tie up the scoreline here. It's 6-5. They are 1 step away.
As the tag showing up to the party now too. That's a big deal because he had a very quiet start to this map. Now he's got 5 kills. Really coming up with the goods, and if he starts to feel confident here in front of his home crowd as well, things are going to start turning around for NIP. And this is kind of what we were talking about. Analysts, ourselves, you know, coming into this match, it's the matter of whether or not Liquid can keep the momentum shifting, going their way.
Yeah.
If it starts to shift the other way towards NIP, again, Liquid don't have that team, that team base to fall back on. If
You
it
have
starts
to assume that
yeah, no,
the frustration is closer to the surface than it is with a lot of other teams right now. So yeah, this kind of pressure where you start to lose the economy, other teams catching up, the good start that you had is kind of evaporating a little bit. Yeah, I bet you the frustration is going to be showing sooner rather than later. Stewie is inside here with a USP on top of the fountain.
I just want to see them mess with Chad's feelings as much as possible.
Oh yeah, toy with him.
He is the sole Liquid predictor here. And I'm pretty sure in the beginning of this half, he was probably feeling pretty good about himself for a second there. You know, a little pat on the back saying, yeah, come on, Sponge, got this.
I to be honest, as soon as I saw his prediction, I thought, damn, actually, he could be right. I agree. We have all got a little bit probably too swept up in the whole Liquid situation. I mean, it's obviously if you're having issues in a team, that could be bad. But it shouldn't wipe out the quality of the players, right? It's not like they suddenly don't know how to play anymore, so that's still scary. And NIP had their own stumblings, for sure, right? We're kind of forgetting about that too, but that loss to Astralis was not what you were expecting.
No, and it really, I mean, the first map, it was clear that nerves were playing a role there for NIP. They kind of got it blown out, but to lose in overtime on the second one, that was a very painful loss for NIP. I think that they had it within them to win it. What is going on? Device just feeling generous, wants to donate an AK. All right, that's he wishes he had that round back. Tied up 6-6 though, Anders. Now this is going to be the big one, whether or not you can take control. Liquid, all of their money going into it, no bank to fall back on. And so NIP, if they beat Liquid here in this round, it can just set them up to steamroll the remainder of this half.
I really want to see Fallen have more of a say in this game as well. Fallen still, to this day, is one of my favorite players to watch. It is just so cool. And there are games where he's not hitting the highest level possible, but when he does, he absolutely can make a difference. And speaking of which, he's going to be taking down Device, who was even set up for that kind of play. Nice quick reaction from Fallen to get that kill.
Wonderful work from Fallen, and also tremendous work being done at Banana with these the change of the nade tempo there. That completely caught Nip off guard. They were not expecting that much damage to come raining down on them. Plopsky and Rez definitely tagged.
Oh, he's walking forward. He wants to catch them, meet them at this off angle. He's up against 2 people that are going to be swinging. This is almost impossible, and they're going to have perfect spacing there. Fallen goes down, and still a minute left. NIP don't have to jump this. They don't have to go crazy and rush in behind it. I'm glad to see that they don't. Oh,
What? I think he just put that shot through. I think he was just trying to get the angle right and put a couple shots through to hope to get lucky, and Stu was standing in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Punishing the smoke criminal through the smoke.
Through the smoke. How the
guess.
turntables have turned.
That's true. Naf boosted up here. It's going to have to be a double or they're not going to get close to winning this round. One kill will not do it. Lee's just rotating the other way, unfortunately, so Naf is very much on his own. Wow, what a find for Plopsky. Well done. They sneak under the radar. They don't even show themselves until they're deep in the bomb site. And what was it? S-Tag is actually in middle still, so he could go and find Grim, who's no idea. Yep, noise is being made, and S-Tag, I think he must have heard that.
Pretty sure they're going to be on the hunt now.
Yeah,
Well, it's such a common strategy now. We're seeing this boost up into CT. Round after round, it feels like teams are really trying to favor that, and so teams are obviously going to start countering it. You know, if the smoke is up, crouch under it. Also, pre-fire, check that angle if you're going for an execute. Make sure that you're not getting caught off guard, because it feels like we're seeing a lot of that on the CT side these days.
It also just it works so much better when you have a teammate inside of the bomb site that can help you out. Fire and flames to end the 13th round with, as NIP take the lead. This is really, really good timing.
Yep, perfect.
All right,
Indeed,
he's ready.
sir. This is the modern man's opera, yes.
Yeah, it's wonderful. He needs like those huge night vision goggles instead of the little...
That's the difference, you know. Once upon a time they talked about oil futures and, you know, who's going to invade who, and now he's just like, I bought a JPEG this morning, and now I'm watching Counter-Strike.
Yeah, great. We've come far. Plopsky going down at the beginning. It's another opening kill for Fallen. I did mention him, and I stand by it. I really love watching Fallen play Counter-Strike. I just do. 14th round here. Kind of nearing the end of the half. And Liquid need to reassert some control. It's been a tough ride for them here. They've just lost 5 rounds in a row. So some of that has been a question of money. They just haven't really had the weapons to fight back well against the Swedes. Do we call them that?
Yeah, you can call that. It's still majority Swedes.
Yeah.
4v2.
They'll get away with
I
it.
think still take him in a fight. Device is pretty jacked, but I mean, just weight of numbers.
All right. That's Stewie sneaking up behind again. We did warn everyone. That is something that happens. Fallen, you're not going to pull that on him. He may be a veteran player, but he is lightning fast still. Double kill for Fallen. A 7th round for Liquid. And again, another round where Stewie just walks up and shoots them all the way from bottom of banana. It's just... It must be so frustrating to play against.
It's what he does. That puts an end to the 5-round streak, though, for NIP. So enough is enough, say Liquid. They finally get around to break their way. Nicely done by Fallen. Quick reactions. Hitting that shot is no easy task. And Liquid, you know, going for the passive strategy actually panned out and worked that time. Fallen getting ahead of himself, though. Device was ready for that peak. Now Grim is going to feel like he has to force the issue. Takes the fight against Hampus. Brings it back to a 4-on-4. That absolutely had to happen.
Oh, he ducked right under. I don't think they realize Eli's going to start to fall back. And a good thing, too, if he'd stuck around all the way at the front, he might have been in trouble. Now, I don't know, bit of a weird scenario.
Very weird. I'm surprised that he decides to go for that spray.
Yeah, me too. That looked risky. Stewie is going to make it back around the corner, and he will buy some time at least for the Molotov here. Device is holding the bottom of mid, and that's because of the aggression that both Naf and Stewie has been throwing at them. They really want to make sure that no one is sneaking through for a 3rd time here. Oh, wow. He finds that shot. I'm going to have to see that on the replay. Naf going down. 3 versus 4 now, and Grim, he's the only one really here. How much can he get done with 39 health, 1 single flashbang? He's hiding not all the way at the back, so a little bit of a strange angle, maybe they're not expecting. He has to get a double at the very least, or they're not going to have a chance of winning this round. He's on his own, backup is being called for, but Device is holding Banana and Grim. That's a good spray on one, nearly the follow-up. But they know about the flank too. Stewie is on his own, 1 versus 3. And it should not be possible. I think, no, maybe they don't know. S-Tag is looking the right way. And Device and Plopsky are checking out construction. He wins 1 fight there, and it's the 15th round, so he's going to have to go for it no matter what. Trying to see if he can maybe jump in and find someone, but he's going to get shot down. Device at the end with a quad kill and a total of 15 kills. Amazing work in the first half. Second half is coming right up.
Welcome everyone to Name That Skin by CS Money. I'm your host, Maniac, and today I am joined by two lovely gentlemen. I have Twist and I have Hampus. Today, guys, I will have you guess skins. I'm gonna progressively show you bit by bit parts of skins that you have to recognize. As soon as you know, you hit that buzzer. If you're wrong, give a pass to your opponent. We have our first skin going on.
Oh no.
Yeah, I won't know this.
Okay. Oh, he's done it. We have a first clue buzzer.
Is it a Glock Franklin?
Boom! 5 points straight.
How do you know this, man?
We have a serious contender. 5 points from the get-go. I guess we move on to round 2. Let's go.
USB Cyrex?
I unfortunately cannot accept it.
My bad.
You can actually have a guess now.
USB Cortex. It wasn't C, right?
Boom! Let's go. Let's run the third skin. No one's ready to make a guess? Should we go to the next clue? Should we see a little bit more? Let's see just a little bit more.
Bro, what? How is there a barrel with a... I've never seen this before.
Really?
You have to make a guess. If you make a guess...
I'll make a guess.
Oh, you go. All right, we got a buzzer.
Is it the Hydrophene?
You are very close, but I cannot accept that one. But no, you have a shot.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna give you 3 choices, and then you guys have to react, okay? The Jaguar, is it the Bloodsport, or the Hydrophone?
Yeah, it's the Hydro opponent.
There we go, reaction time. There we go, 1 point
Yes.
for Hampus. Now it's time to move to our 4th skin of the day. Let's roll the cue. Whoa, that was a quick reaction.
This one I knew also.
M4A1 Hyper-Vs.
There we go. He hits the first buzzer once more. Twist with 15 points. M4 Hyper-V is absolutely beautiful.
At least I have 1 point. I'm having my hand here now, so I'm ready.
Let's hit the 5th one. Let's go.
Digel Jörmungundur.
Yes, the first buzzer for
How do you even say that?
Jörmungundur. I only know it because it has an you know, it has a Swedish letter in it.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Now, we got there. It was a fierce battle. Probably 2 of the best contestants we've had. 15 points for Twist in the lead, of course. 6 to Hampus. Thank you very much, guys. I had a lot of fun. Great knowledge of skins, I have to say, and also great reactions, like you'd see that in the game. That's it for me. Thank you very much, guys, for being with us on Name That Skin from CS Money. I'll see you around.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Liquid versus NIP, the opening map of this best of 3 to decide who is going to make it further into the tournament. Right now, NIP are going to be on the CT side, Liquid on the T side, and they split that first half right down the middle, 8-7, slightly in favor of NIP. I still think that's a pretty good start.
I say yes, a terrific start for Liquid, all things considered. They had the firepower. They were pretty much getting hard carried by Stu there. Now it's a matter of turning that up on the T side, and no time wasted at all here from Team Liquid.
No, they're just going to go. The Glock train headed to the B-bomb site. And let's see what they can do. Klopsky and Device inside. It's a strong headshot to begin with. Device on the crossfire, looking for a bit more. They're getting close, and he's running out of bullets. Great return here for Liquid. A chance now to win the round, but they got to be careful of S-Tag. He's still out here with the USP, and he's definitely dangerous. Almost could have had that one on the Liege, who's now hiding behind the new box. Fallen is realizing no one's coming from Banana. It's a double push instead for Construction. S-Tag leading the charge. Rest is there, but oh no! They line up for Naf, and he's going to find a triple in the pistol round.
And both pistol rounds picked up now for Team Liquid. Second half, strong start here for the North American hope in this tournament. They're not done yet. This is an elimination match, but you gotta get the job done. And oh, that is just so sick. Naf, he couldn't ask for a better situation there when they all line up just like that. It looks so good. But it's 8-8 now, and we will get the force buy from NIP. Standard stuff. Question of whether or not Liquid can keep this clean and just drop everybody on NIP. We need to be building that bank. And we're gonna get to see the different styles here. I like to see that from Team Liquid.
Oh wow, that was a nade.
That was a monster nade. But I like to see that Team Liquid go, you know, because we saw a very slow-paced first half pistol where NIP were trying to measure it out. They weren't really rushing around, and neither were Liquid. I like to see the quick change of pace in that second half pistol. Just straight up there, no fear, only dreams.
Oh,
And then,
no.
oh, he clipped the roof.
Yes, it did. And actually, S-Tag is the only one who had no armor, so that nade would have done so much damage to him. A bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
Got an MP5 in play on a leash, kind of a rare sighting nowadays. The fact that they have already been tagged up so badly makes this a really interesting round. It'd be so cool if they could get one of those two smokes over to the B-bomb site, because that looks like where it's going to be needed. Plopsky, he's getting close over the 5-7. S-Tag has a flashbang.
Very cool.
Now they're all
Yeah,
coming. And especially Rez, he's got another HE. If he could land it as they run on, that could be a nuclear bomb on top of Team Liquid. They've got to be really careful here that they don't run into that HE. Under 30 seconds, there's the nade out, and it does land on top. Look how soft they all are. The pistols on the other side could do so much damage in this round. They're trying to get the bomb plant down, and they will be successful in that, Liquid, but this is still a bit of a scary round. Fallen, Elysian, Grim, all very low on health.
That's the power of the MAC-10s, Anders. You can just move so quickly and just swarm the bomb site together. Run and gun is the name of it, and it works so well. Liquid, get out of here.
Yeah,
I don't think barely hanging in there. Yeah, and I think you're right. I don't Nip. They're not privy to the information that we are. They didn't know that they hit this mega nade at the beginning of the round, chunking 3 guys down. As far as they know, these guys are full health.
Oh, that looked like it was a setup for a really big upset round. But Liquid managed to sneak away. Plopsky's got a Galil. I guess that is definitely something to work with, but maybe a little bit of fortune going the way of Liquid in this round.
There's no hiding from those flames either, man, because you just feel the heat.
It's actually amazing, isn't it?
It's so fun, though, because it's always going to be that memory, that stroll down memory lane to the first time DreamHack Cluj Napoca Major, when we had those flames coming up, and it's just so intense. And everybody was like, oh, okay, then. And ever since, you know, it's just a little detail for these stages.
It's the cherry
9 to
on
8.
top. All right, 9 to 8, 18th round, and the SMGs will continue. The AK, the real firepower on the side for Stewie. They can justify this, but you got to be careful again with all these SMGs against 3 armor and like both with the head armor and the Kevlar on Hampus, Rez, and Plopsky. So they can definitely answer back and take a fight to some of these MAC-10s. There's a chance. Nade in hand. And Naf, he is down.
That is it right there. Trying to be proactive on the same side, you know, because you want to try and take, you have certain teams that can do this where they take control of different parts of the map at different times, or at the same time rather. Here, you know, Liquid were trying to push apartments at the same time as they were taking over control of Banana. And that ends up backfiring. Hampus was ready. So now, well, quick rotation coming out here, although Hampus is thinking about it, double guessing himself.
Yeah, they're being very slow in this round, Liquid. They really don't want to make a mistake. Rez, the timing, it looked like it was good, but now he's in trouble. They're gunning for him. He's trying to pre-fire it, and eventually runs out of bullets. Plopsky and Device defending the bomb site. It's a good start to that defense as well. Getting the kill at close range with a 5-7. He's going to pick up the MP5 as well. Inside, Plopsky's there with a stolen Galil. He's going to find a kill, and this is a bit of a disaster for Liquid. Device comes charging out of the smoke, and he'll get the double at the end. Threat is loving it. That stolen MP5 did so much work.
Yeah. And that Galil, I mean, it's just so painful for Liquid. They run into the one spot with the 2 saved guns that Nip have got to work with, so they actually run into what might as well be a buy round, all things considered. Perfectly done. Device, yep, nicely done playing with the angles there. A couple of SMG kills go his way as well, so he'll be patting his pockets with that. Has that AWP fully equipped now as well with the nades. And this will be a round of eco getting called here by Liquid. Not willing to go into that dance back and forth. Instead, they'll take a round. Or at least they should.
Oh, no.
That works.
Device getting caught. This is so interesting. And same thing could be true here for Rez. They got to be really careful they don't let go of this round. Already the AWP lost to them, and I don't think everyone from NIP is rotating. They just, I don't want to say panicked, but they certainly overreacted a bit here. They could go steal the ult back, I guess, but man, that is dangerous leaving the B-bomb side alone like this. A crazy start to the round.
Feeling the gamble. Feeling the gamble, but again, Liquid willing to slow down the pace. They've done a bit of damage, and now they're just hoping to catch people out of position. But they are going for that group approach, which is really what you need to see when you have pistols like this. Bring as many pistols to bear as possible.
Oh, jump around. S-Tag in trouble. He's going to get dropped. Plopsky, the only defender of the bomb site. And they are all coming for him. Grim is going to be going down. 40 seconds still. At a minimum, they could get the bomb plant here. And Fallen actually did steal the AWP from S-Tag. So I don't know about this now. Could get very, very spicy all of a sudden. Remember, NIP won that last round with a stolen Galil and eventually a stolen MP5. It could get it back with almost nothing at all. That is just too heartbreaking. Hampers nearly spotted while he was throwing that nade. He's going to come charging through. It's not a bad kill. Rez helping out as well on the other side, and it's a 2-on-2. And they have a little bit of time with a kit on Rez. They could maybe do it. He's going to find that one. Missed opportunity for Stewie, and now Rez is close. He knows he's low. Oh, what a headshot. And he's straight on the bomb. He's already got the triple. It's going to have to be real fast on that defuse, and he will get it as well. That is an insane clutch coming out from Rez.
Oh, making a statement there. Triple kill for Rez. One of the other players that really needs to step up to the plate here for NIP. Underperformed at the major. This tournament has been trying to make his mark, and this is a round that can really turn it around here. Fallen, I mean, dude, it's just, it is a very cool play from Liquid with just how quick they were to move on to that bomb site together. The death ball approach is what you have to go for in those situations.
You notice in that moment how Stewie did not actually seem very frustrated. He was like, all right, because they brought almost nothing into the round. They very nearly win it. They get the bomb plant down. In that context, it actually is a great round. I mean, it would have been even better if he could have found the open shot at the end, but considering, you know, where the team is, that's a good sign, I feel like. Not freaking out, not feeling super stressed. Like, all right, didn't win that one, but ultimately still a good scenario here. 10-9. 20th round is coming right up. NIP. They have a tiny, tiny bank to work with here. They're not that far away from losing all of their money. If that happens, it's anybody's game once again.
Now we're going to have a little bit of a change of approach here because we had 3 towards B early for NIP, so putting a little bit of pressure over here with the nades, but also Device. Device was hoping that if there was going to be that much pressure going on in Banana, that Liquid would try and pivot and push fast apartments. And he may still be rewarded for his patience because he's been posted up here looking to punish this exact reaction from Liquid. Decides to back off though, not going to hang around. Wants to help out Rez on short instead.
Rez himself is living life, say a bit dangerously. Gonna go back and check here, Elige. They just missed each other by less than a second. It's kind of crazy to see. Plopsky and S-Tag are really, really deep on the bottom of Banana, and they just, I think, had a smoke thrown by Hampus. So he's going to come join them over by Arch at the... Wait. He's actually fallen back. That's a little bit crazy. They have had 3 people on this B side for a long time right now, NIP. And it's going to be checked. It's a slaughter at the bottom of Banana here. NIP coming up with a massive 3-1 trade. That is everything they could have dreamt of. Stewie alone with no time to win this round. He might try and run for it because saving the AK is also going to be pretty tricky. And the bomb is on the other side there, and Device will find him. That, I would say that is a high-risk setup for NIP if, in fact, Liquid would have blown through and just tried to go for that bomb site. But this setup is amazing.
They just chill. I mean, it is perfect. The crossfire, bottom Banana smoke, and it's so rare. That's why it worked. It's so rare to see players still hanging around bottom Banana like that. Maybe one when there's MP9s in play, right? That's when you kind of think about it because they want to be close range with the SMG. But with rifles like this, to hold a crossfire at the bottom Banana, I can't blame Team Liquid for just running up there. It's incredibly rare to see that kind of setup now.
And maybe especially you're not expecting it when Hampus runs up to the car. You're not thinking that there's going to be 2 more people at the bottom of Banana. You already got that 1 kill on him, so it all happened quickly.
It's brutal. What a call from Nip. I mean, to make that play, that is terrific. And well, now, let's see, because Liquid, they've got a hero AK.
All right, Device is hearing that AK, though. Rez looked almost like he just ran into the bullets there, Elige. And Naf is on his own, Deagle in hand, trying to do something inside of the smoke. Hampus will find him. And now the lead is extending, 12-9 in favor of NIP. But I think even more importantly is the money. They're building it up right now.
And we hope that none of your coworkers are watching the stream.
You know what? you've got an official excuse from us. We're co-signing that. If you need a signature, just come say, we'll write you a letter to your work.
Market research purposes.
Exactly.
There you go. Networking.
Important.
Networking with the fans.
12-9. Timeout's been called for Liquid. They know that the pressure that they're under here. This is, I mean, right on the edge here of slipping away and losing their grip on NIP.
That's interesting, you know, because the timeout gets called by Liquid, and Adren isn't talking at all. That's it, you know, like in all the other coaches you see, a timeout gets called, and it's the coach talking for those 30 seconds.
True.
Because it's their only chance where they get to interact. But a timeout gets called for Liquid, and Adren doesn't talk. It's interesting to see that, because, I mean, I guess you still have the weird combination of Stewie and Fallen still trying to decide who's actually calling the shots on the team.
You're definitely right. Maybe, I mean, it's possible that someone else called it. They had a, you know, deep plan that they just wanted to run through, but you're right. That's the time when he can do it, though. So you want to see the effect of that too in the server. 22nd round. Again, 3-man setup at B for NIP, and it's not just throw the grenade and run back. They kind of stick with it a little bit. Plopsky, he saw that on the jump, and he's going to win the fight against Stewie. Big victory. S-Tag is there. Oh, no! He actually got that jumping M4A1 shot onto Fall. It didn't kill him, but that's just frustrating. And they're trying to get through. They're getting slaughtered once again. Plopsky working on a triple. Half alone. Man, these last rounds for NIP have been way too good. And that's a 4-round lead now.
Not putting up with any kind of early pressure there in IP. They were just not willing to cave whatsoever. Liquid feels like they got a read there that they could try and apply the pressure early towards Banana, but that was just not happening at all. We're going to get a replay here of Plopsky. And he just brutal setup here at Sandbags. He just gets to catch them one at a time as they try and charge through. And good on Elise, you know, trying to trade kill. That's what you need to do. If Fallen's going to sack himself like that, you have to get in there. You have to try to make something happen. It's just that Plopsky is just too cool a customer.
Oh, nice run boost. Hampers, he's going to charge down second mid. I love that play, but somehow Elise is able to win the fight, and the nade will not find him either. That is, I feel like that's an unlikely outcome.
Yeah? How does Elise get that?
I don't know, but they're going to try and capitalize behind it. They want to push this advantage right here. Rez, though, what advantage? Double kill for him. Device trying to pre-fire that. He's going to get, well, actually shot through the smoke, but could have just as well been Naf. They do turn out a pretty good take of the A-bomb side here. 3 versus 2. S-Tag and Plopsky, they're not that far away. They went for that rotation again through Banana. Liquid need this round really badly. AI is favoring Liquid at the moment. They have a huge crossfire. It's that triangle of doom that we love to talk about. Very hard to make your way through. They have a smoke on Plopsky, but I feel like they've already wasted a fair bit of time here. I wonder if this is already a little bit late in the round. Looking for anything. A bit of a pre-fire. S-Tag gets a kill, but now it's a 1-on-2. Plopsky, he needed the headshot. Too much time already wasted. And Naf with a double. Elige with a double. And Liquid sliding off the cliff here, but they've got one of those pickaxes in now, Semler.
Exactly.
Still holding on.
And Naf, another clutch from him, man. All the Naffers in the chat just going crazy, because that is another monster round that he had to come up with. Beautiful shot there to catch him mid-air, and then to hold his own with the P250. No easy task.
Definitely not.
Such a scary situation there, but glad to see the fist bumps as well from Liquid. They're starting to get into it now. If they can start chaining a couple of rounds together, things can start looking up. That's 1 round, finally putting a halt to Nip's 5-round win streak. And so now Liquid can get into this. It feels full buy from NIP, though, really committing the nades early. And Liquid, this is a big opportunity here for Stu. Oh.
You're right. It was a big opportunity. It looked like a fight that he could have definitely won. But they're committing to that 3-man setup. I wonder if Liquid realized that, if they could start to execute some faster plays towards the A-bomb side, if they have any way of knowing what's happening out here, because it is a lot of people that are hanging around. Timing shot there for Device. Unable to connect. I think they've been looking for Rez. I think Naf has been sort of working the angle up in the A apartments, hoping to catch someone out there, but hasn't been able to yet. Under a minute now. And they have enough nades to do a real execute onto B. So they could stop sniping for the kills and just try and do that.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to do, Anders, because Device and S-Tag are here. Still some nades in play for them, though. With 35 seconds left, this is not leaving a whole lot of time for Liquid to move, but they're going to go for the death ball approach to try and roll onto the bomb site.
Device not baited out so easily. There is a counter smoke coming out as well. 25 seconds, like you said. Oh, what? He just ran onto the site, and Combat just no-scoped him. And Grim is going to be taking down Plopsky. What an absurd way to enter a bomb site.
What is this round? How does this even happen? They're so low on the side of Liquid, though, so there's still a chance here. Rez with the molly. Back in the corner, but at least, yeah, he's got room unless it spreads onto him.
I'm not sure that it will, no.
And just that one Molotov is all Nip need to decide to back off and save their guns.
Okay.
Unreal. And we're going to get a replay of Fallen. That's too sick. Talk about all or nothing. Just running in, no-scoping with an AWP as an entry. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's not the traditional way to get into the B-bomb site, but whatever works. 11-13, absolutely critical that Liquid win these rounds. And this is a round that doesn't really look like it's winnable to begin with here, yeah. Falls off, like I can't even see anything. Who cares? Unreal.
That's so sick. Get out of here, Fallen. Man, but that absolutely had to happen, but they did such a great job cutting the bomb site up with the smokes. That one smoke, and it's almost like you still want to call it the Pronax smoke, that just cuts the bomb site in half, off from CT, but still lets you walk up onto it. It puts all the pressure on S-Attack to hold in that situation.
And by the way, I mean, it's a good throwback, it's a good bit of history, right? When Pronax came up with this kind of strategy, it was actually for planting the bomb inside of it.
Yes,
that's what they love to do.
Man, I remember the first time we saw that, and just the players themselves were freaking out, not knowing what the hell was going on.
Yeah, hard to deal with.
Hard to deal with. It was so cool. And to see it still in play, very nice.
Man, Plopsky is actually top in terms of the ADR. He's having himself a very, very good game right now. Not necessarily reflected in the kills, but he's certainly having an impact. 11-13. What an interesting twist right at the end here. Because it really looked to me like NIP were running away with this game in a big fashion, but it's been 2 in a row for Liquid. And NIP, they saved 3 guns in that last round. They have a bit of an economy still going, but it is slipping out of their hands. And if they have to go and eco right now, oh man, that's when Liquid is going to start to really feel the momentum building in their favor.
S-Attack is just the ultimate support player. Gets boosted, drops all of his nades.
Yeah. I don't need these.
I don't need these up here. That's fine. And Hampus just gets to go back and keep picking nade up after nade up. I love it. He's just fully stocked again.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
He almost got shot in the leg there, Hampus. That was actually a bit scary. Now, they're going to go throw some nades towards the A side of the map. Grim is still holding top banana, so that makes you wonder if they're going to eventually go back around. It feels like they will. Rez, though, he's hearing it. Because he's in this forward position, he's calling it in, saying, well, no one's made it past Arch yet, so that's maybe why NIP are able to have this 3-man setup at B right now. This isn't as clever as they would like. Elise is back in T-spawn picking up nades with 30 seconds left. I don't know about this, Liquid. I don't think this is enough time. I think they might have just gone a little bit too deep on this one. Molotov down in front as well. I think they are screwed here, Liquid. 15 seconds. They try and make their way through. It's a 3-man setup on the other side, and they have been red. NIP know everything, and they're going to get the kills to back it up. Naf and Fallen trying to do something, but there's no time left, and it's going to be NIP getting to 14 rounds.
What even was this round, Anders? The bomb is in CT spawn, for crying out loud. Hey, the guy carrying the bomb is trying to push CT spawn to find kills out there. It's just unreal. The bomb, the only way that you have a chance at winning that round is if you get that bomb onto the bomb site and get the plant. Was that Habu? Get out of here. Swollen in the house.
I am not 100% sure. I will leave this round up to the analyst desk. That's why we have them. They can make sense of the madness.
It's just, yeah, maybe you're getting a bit too much in your head. It depends on who was calling as well. Maybe Stewie decided to call, and then Fallen's like, no, we're doing this, and then there was a back and forth between the two of them. Who knows what was happening there in that round for Liquid, but regardless, just not giving themselves enough time. Pulling a Na'Vi.
Yeah, I mean, the overall setup for the round kind of makes sense, but not with less than 20 seconds. And NIP, I mean, the fact that they had that, oh, that's a nice sequence of nades. Grim gets blown up. NIP, they are looking really good right now. This is looking like a crisp team. Device still leading the charge with 22 kills, but not as far ahead as everyone else as he was earlier. He's got backup behind him. He's got more players. Rez is there at 19, 16 on Plopsky. I mean, everyone is actually doing really good work at the moment. And Liquid struggling to get back into the game here. They almost were making the comeback, but they never took the money away from NIP, so they could keep fighting every single round. 5 versus 3. And again, Device rotating over to the B bomb site. The fact that they've had the 3-man setup at B for the last 10 rounds is shocking to me.
They're just ready for it. Essentially, Liquid have just been hitting the B bomb site over and over again, what it feels like. So now you're going to be trying to just push through and hope for some magical something to happen there, but it's just not meant to be. And now Liquid, after this, are going to have just enough money for a buy. It's not going to be a pretty one. They're going to do whatever they can, and I like that stylish nade. A little bit of a bank over the top, catching Grim out. Tough experience there for Grim. It's looking like he is not pleased whatsoever with this. But it's 15-11, and this was what we were going to be wondering about when it got to the end of the line here for Liquid. Going up against NIP, are they going to have the team base necessary to pull through when it gets tough?
Yeah.
And when you have divided leadership, I don't see how that happens.
Yeah, they are definitely struggling in some of these rounds. And again, you have to just return to the fact that the economy has made such a difference for NIP to sort of continue to buy. They had that one round where they gave it up and they saved 3 rifles. That's another one of those calls that in the moment just seems like a bit of a boring end to a round, but then you realize that is what helps them keep the money. That is what helps them buy so that they could survive a couple of those Liquid wins that they had here 3 rounds ago. And now they could just keep buying forever. 11-15, moving into the 27th round. NIP 1 round away from taking the opening map on Inferno. Liquid need 4 in a row to get into overtime.
Not quite cause for concern just yet, but early presence over towards A at least. Device getting forced back. Some nice nades coming in here from Liquid, putting some pressure on. Maybe Liquid have finally decided enough is enough towards B. We have the bottom banana smoke buying time here for NIP, so we'll see if Liquid decide to come back to this side of the map later on in the round.
Oh, it would be high comedy if they went A this time, because it's a 4-1 setup for NIP. There's the one round where they're not having 3 at the B bomb site. So it would be an unbelievable sequence here if they actually call it right NIP for the defense. It looks like they will. Grim is holding bottom. It's S-Tag to open it up, taking down Fallen. Good return, though. Rez, he's going to be there swiftly, stopping Stewie. No multi-kills allowed. Grim wants to take bottom banana, but Plopsky so far forward, and he will find that kill. And now they know Device is going to go check top mid, so they know everything. And a catch, actually, Device.
Wait, what?
He pushed up behind, and he caught Elige.
Oh.
Naf, 1 versus 3 to try and save them on Inferno. It should be impossible. It should never be allowed. He's got 30 seconds. It is Naf. Yeah, now it's definitely time to send him some energy if you've got any. 25 seconds. Bomb goes down. Hamp is on the other side with an AK holding the angle and just lets it go. Oh, nice headshot. Naf, 1 versus 3. Crouching around. He knows where Rez is coming. He just needs a bit of timing, and it's going to work out. Rez slow walking into it. Nafi's got the right position. He's got everything, and he's going to win the round. What a clutch.
Oh, the reaction says it all. Naf, how many 1v3s can he pull off in a map? We're about to find out. We'll get a few more chances here. Oh, no way, Nip.
That is so crazy.
It's just getting complacent. It's getting complacent, taking fights that maybe you shouldn't have. You need to wait for your teammates before you start going in there, but that is a monster round.
I mean, if anything could inspire the 4-round comeback into overtime, certainly it'd be that.
It's just classic. It's classic that Naf, there's just, a little bit of a grin, right? He knows what he did, but no need to get pumped. No need to get hyped. It's all right.
No, he's
I
way...
do 1v3s at least 5 times a map.
He's way too cool to overreact. He's like, yeah, another day in the office, isn't
it? Day in life. Oh, and look at this. There's a window here. There is a window, and they are scrimming their way up the top banana. S-Tag.
Oh, wow, that's dangerous.
Does he sense it? What happens? Just turns around in the nick of time. That was him done.
Well, Molotov, yeah, he's going to hear the footsteps, does throw it up. It does a bit of damage, but not nearly as much as Grim. And then Mac-10 charging through. He wanted to switch out to the M4, but he couldn't quite get the next kill. Naf, though, is still pretty much determined to make it back into overtime, and he's clearing out the other side of the map. I mean, he's a one-man army right now.
Oh, this is, I mean, if Nip cannot put it away here, Anders, we are going to distance on the first map here. And this really just goes to show that Liquid, there's the answer to our question. Would they be able to pull through or not? Hamp is still looking to take this fight, though. He has not backed off just yet. About half of that bomb left. And he's just hoping for somebody to step out into the open.
He does have a kit, so winning the round is not going to be any kind of weird trickery.
There's no way. Fallen's going to back off. Yep. Good play here by Fallen. Calls the bluff, and he's going to be able to save. Another bomb going off. Everybody getting toasty in the first row. And if there's any Liquid fans in the audience, now's the time to pop off and get loud, because Liquid, they've got a chance. They have got a chance here, Anders.
Oh, you bet they do. Especially because NIP, I mean, they try to save what they can here, but their money is not looking good at all. They might have to play the last couple of rounds here with very limited equipment. They're not going to force in this round either. Playing around the Deagles and the M4s instead. 29th round, ladies and gentlemen. And Liquid have shown us now they are still a team to be taken very, very seriously. Hampers, though, taking down Naf. What a start, and he's going to push. What? That is a wild play. They're not expecting it. They don't think he's going to keep doing this. He might have been spotted by Stewie, but no, I'm not even sure that he did. There's a little bit of a move here, and Hampers, he finds a third kill. Wow, what a crazy round from him. It is his birthday. Giving himself and everyone else a gift here as Stewie is on his own. 1 versus 4. What a shocking way to win the first map. It's 16 to 13 as Hampers just decides to win the map.
And that is what is possible. Hampus is a monster. He comes through once again for NIP. We're going to be back with more action right after the break.